Let us do this example. Find the increasing decreasing interval and then find local max or local mean for this function. Okay, so what is the domain of this function? All real numbers except positive 3 and negative 3, right? So the function will not be continuous at positive 3 and negative 3, so it will not be differentiable at that point. So the critical points we will find out that later, but the critical points will be positive 3 and negative 3 and also some other critical points. Okay, so let us do that. So how do I find out the increasing decreasing? First find out the critical points. So to find out the critical points, you do find out f prime. Okay, well, how do I find out f prime? It is like, you see that it is f over z. So f prime times z, x squared minus 9, minus f times g prime, right? That's what you get, divided by g squared, x squared minus 9 squared. Okay, so how much is the top? 2x cubed minus 18x minus 2x cubed. You see that? I'm just distributing that 2x, divided by x squared minus 9 squared. Now, did you see that these are the plus and minus same thing? So what is left there is basically negative 18x over x squared minus 9 squared. Now, to find out the critical points, what you do is you find out where, for what value of x this f prime is 0, and for what value of x the f prime is not defined or infinity in the denominator. So the best idea is, what we do is you just set the numerator equals to 0 and denominator equals to 0 to find out the critical points. Okay, in that way it will be easier for you guys. Okay, so for critical points, critical numbers, I would say I do negative 18x equals to 0 divided by negative 18. What do you get? X equals to 0 is one critical point. Okay, and then solve the denominator as well. X squared minus 9 equals to, I mean, you can do square equals to 0, or and then take the square root on both sides. X squared minus 9 equals to 0, right? So what will be x squared is 9. So x will be plus minus 3. So the critical numbers are x equals to 0 and x equals to plus minus 3. So what do you do next after you find out the critical numbers? Because I want to find out the increasing and decreasing, right? So the next step is draw a number line and mark those critical numbers, right? Negative 3, 0, positive 3, right? And then pick test points. I want to pick negative 4, I want to pick negative 1, I want to pick positive 1, I want to pick positive 4. What is f prime? F prime is negative 18x divided by x squared minus 9 to the square. You see that since there is a whole square on the denominator, whatever number you pick here, it will give you positive. So the denominator is always positive. Okay, for all these test points, denominator will be positive because there is a whole square. But the numerator, so the sign of f prime is determined by the sign of the numerator. Okay, so let's plug in negative 4. Negative 18 times negative 4 is positive 72 divided by negative 4 square is positive 16 minus 9 is 7 square is positive. So the denominator is positive, numerator is positive. So it will be plus plus positive positive, right? So it means it is increasing. Let him plug in negative 1. Negative 18 times negative 1 is positive 18 divided by negative 1 square is positive 1 minus 9 is negative 8 square is positive. So the denominator is positive, right? And the numerator will be positive as well. So plus 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 plus. See? And how about a positive 1? Negative 18 times 1 is negative 18 divided by, this is positive. So negative over positive will be negative. So this will go like this, decreasing, right? How about 4? Negative 18 times 4 is negative divided by positive will be negative, negative, negative. So this is also decreasing. So what do you think? So it is increasing at, so increasing on where? Negative infinity to negative 3 and negative 3 to 0. We always take the open interval, right? Increasing and decreasing on 0 to 3 and then 3 to infinity, because all the right side will be negative there. So what do you think, the minimum or local mean or local max? Does it have local max? Yes, at 0 it has local max. See, you see there is a combination of positive and negative, increasing and decreasing. It is like that, right? So local max at x equals to 0. You see that? Local max at x equals to 0. And is there a local mean? No, because for the local mean you need decreasing and then increasing pattern, but there is no decreasing and increasing pattern together. Okay, there is no sign change from negative to positive. There is only sign change from positive to negative only. That's why local mean is not available. There is no local mean there. You see that? So you can draw the graph of this given function x square over x square minus 9, and you will see that there is no local mean. You understand that? So there is just the local max or the relative max only.